everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to be having some fun with plastic beer tumblers. So let me just show it to you. I think these are really cool. They're super versatile. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing some festive gifting ideas, and I think I've come up with some really good ones. If you have any other ideas that I haven't touched on, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I think this is going to be a very design intensive one. Not really design intensive, but I think we're going to focus a lot on the design aspect. So let's jump into that, and then we will come back and put these together. So today we are going to be working on some blank plastic beer mugs, and when I first got these, obviously my first thought was party, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to incorporate this into the sort of festive theme, but after having a TikTok live, I had some people give some suggestions, and it's actually got my creative juices flowing. So now I have a whole range of ideas. We will talk about some of the ones that we don't do in depth once we've done the design. So I'm just going to measure my mug from handle to handle. So we have 20, let's say 23.5 centimeters, and then our length is 10. So we got 23.5 by 10. So we're going to say new project, and we're going to insert our square. We're going to unlock our square, and we're going to make that 23.5 by 10. So that is, we're going to change that to a guide. That is our guide to design. We're going to duplicate that. So I do have 4 mugs that I am working on. I hope that I'll be able to finish them all. I'm not sure if I will. So one of the ideas that I had was like a milk and cookies vibe. Everybody loves milk and cookies during Christmas time, and what you can do is you can actually put the dry ingredients into the mug. So if you gifted it to, let's say, a mom, you could give her the mug and the dry ingredients would be inside, and she could then make it with her kids. Or, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a mom, it could be anybody that likes to bake. If the person is not an avid baker, what you could do is you could have the sugar cookies with some of the royal icing so that they could decorate it themselves. Again, if they're not interested in that, you could just have some beautiful cookies, maybe that you've even made at home, and you could fill the mug with that. So the first thing we're going to look for is we're going to look for something to do with milk and cookies. I did bookmark a bunch of images today. So let's say browse all images, and we're going to click on bookmarked, and we're going to have a look and see. So I love that, the most wonderful time of the year with the milk and cookies, and I also love the sort of wrap. The first one, I really love that because, so let's say you used the dry ingredients. You could have this first image and you could change it to the family's name. So you could have whoever it is that you're giving it to, their Christmas cookie company. So I really love that idea for the dry ingredients. Even the North Pole milk and cookies go since 1807. That's also a really great one if you're going to do that. So those are 2 really good ideas. You could also use the print and cut to create the label, which will obviously say how to make the cookies, and you could tie that onto the handle of it. So if you don't like the idea of pouring all the dry ingredients just into the mug, you could actually have them in individual little baggies, and that could work as well. So I'm having a difficult time deciding which one to do. I do love this one. Let's see. So I kind of like that because it is kind of simple, but let's have a look and see what we're going to do for the other ones. So let's talk about the second idea that I had. So the second idea is like a year-end Christmas gift, you could have um, a sort of biltong and nuts thing going on. Fill the mug up with biltong, nuts, sort of snacks that a guy would like, and you could put something on it. So I have a couple of ideas. One of them would be something to do with fishing or even camping, because obviously when you're outdoors, a plastic mug is amazing for that. And obviously men love beer, so there's that. So one of them is obviously the fishing, one of them is the camping. If it was the fishing, I would probably say world's worst fisherman, just because I think it's funny. Another thing would be like a year-end gift for your boss. So what I love about these gift ideas is that they are relatively cheap. So it's still something that you can give to somebody to make them smile. I mean, you could give one to all of your suppliers or all of your customers at work. It is cheap enough to do a lot of them, but it's also something that's going to make them smile. And it is kind of personal. So obviously, let's say for instance, my boss likes fishing. If I did something with regards to fishing, that would be personal to him. So I could even fill it with lures and weights and stuff to do with fishing. And that would obviously be special for him because he likes that. If one of your customers or one of your suppliers is a baker, then doing something with regards to baking would be personal to them. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Let's have a look and see. Let's look for fishermen. Let's take bookmarked off. So one of the things that I like to remember when working with vinyl is that you don't want the stuff to be too thin. So all of these ones with the fishing rods, I wouldn't really be too happy with them. Uh, so I'm not really seeing anything that I like. What else? Let's look for groom. Okay, so another idea that I had is like a bachelor party. Um, Men don't like to admit it, but they do actually like personalized things as well, believe it or not. So I would need this a maximum of 7 centimeters, so 6.79 is good. So what I did see under my images is this room one, and then I saw one that said father of the groom. So you could actually have sort of these labels on each of them. So you could have one for the groom, one for the father of the groom, one for the best man, and then you could have the rest saying team groom. So what's fun about that is it obviously brings the guys together. Even if they go out to a pub or whatever it is, people can obviously recognize that they're together, they're having a celebration. So I really like that idea. Having a look at the golf ball, that's also a really good idea for it, having a golf day. Obviously, you want the cups to be reusable, so you could have that. So I'm actually going to do something instead of the groom thing. I'm actually going to do something to do with golf, because you can go out and you can buy some golf balls and some tees, and you can actually stick that into the mug, and that in itself is a gift. So I really, really love that idea. So I'm going to go with the golf. I actually do know, I think, a lot more people that golf, so I think I'm going to go with that. I like that. Ready to party. Okay, so I love this idea. What you're going to remember as well is because your mugs are see-through, you don't want to put detail on both sides unless you're doing a full wrap. I think unless it's a full wrap, having details on both sides may be a little tricky. So let's add in world's best golfer, cheesy. We're going to align that center horizontally, move it down slightly, and I think we're going to attach that. And we obviously want to make sure that the width is no more than 7. Let's have a look and see. So that's nice and simple. Okay, so we've got World's Best Golfer, and we have something to do with milk and cookies. I do think I am going to change this to a wrap. So the next one is, let's look for images. The next one we're going to be doing is hot chocolate for Christmas. So it's very similar to the milk and cookies idea, except what you would do is you would fill it with hot chocolate, so you could get the sachets, and you could fill it with the sachets with some mini marshmallows, and that would be the gift on its own, basically. So it's a very simple gift. You could, of course, include some cookies in there if you wanted to, but you don't have to. So I love this one with the gingerbread men. That's also a really great idea for the one for the cookies. If you were giving a gingerbread recipe, then you could obviously wrap it as little gingerbread men, and I think that would be super, super cute. Okay, so here we have hot cocoa and Merry Christmas wishes. I like that. Okay, so we have our cocoa one, we have our world's best golfer, we have our cookies one, and now we have another one. So for the last one, what we're going to do is we're going to look for something with camping. So I'm having a look here. This one with the rainbows would be absolutely amazing to do like a sweet jar. So if you were giving it to a teenager, you could just fill the whole thing with sweets, wrap it up in cellophane, and that would be absolutely perfect to go. And I actually love that idea. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add, where's our camp life? We're going to add an offset to that of 0. Let's say 5. We're going to apply that. We're then going to use our offset to slice our forest. So we say slice. Let's see how this looks. That looks pretty cool though. I really like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine and we're going to weld those two together. And then what we're going to do as well is we're going to contour it, and we're going to get rid of this little dot that is randomly, which is actually the tip of a tree. We don't need that, so we've got rid of that. Okay, so we have 3 really cute designs here. What we can do as well, so if you wanted to, the one that you're going to be making for the milk and cookies, you can actually put a nutritional facts sheet. Let's see, nutrition. There we are. So you could obviously change these to have the exact ingredients in it. Or you could just have something like milk and cookies, 100% happiness, 50% fat, or whatever it is that you wanted to do on it. So I think I'm quite happy with this. I just want to color sync my things. So the world's best golfer, I do want to do that in gold. Oh, maybe silver. I think gold's good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make this, and then we're going to get to wrapping our mugs. So I'm going to be using permanent vinyl, smart vinyl. What you could do is you could also use a removable vinyl if you wanted it to be something that could be changed up. So let's say you used it for a bachelor's party. even though it is a really cool keepsake afterwards, maybe you want to use it for something else. You could then use removable vinyl, remove it, and use it again for something else.
Okay, so we have done the cutting of our designs. You've obviously seen how I did it, and I've spoken a lot about some of the ideas that I have for filling them. So I unfortunately don't have everything that I need to fill them, so I'm not going to be able to really complete it with you today, but I think you've got a pretty good idea of what the direction is that I'm going in. So let's get to putting these together, and we'll also just recap as we're going what it is that we're going to put into each and how we're going to finish off that packaging. I am going to post my finished products on the Craft Buddies page, so please, if you haven't joined their Facebook page yet, you definitely have to join. It's a lovely place to share your creativity. So I have a little tumbler holder here. I got that from a friend, so I couldn't tell you where I got it from. I have lost. There it is. Okay, so we're going to start with the world's best golfer, which is the nice easy one. So we're just going to put our mug down, measure out our piece. We do have a nice big scraper. Oopsie, I'm moving my mug. Okay, so for this I am using the strong grip tape because I am using the textured metallic. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking you. And just like that, you have a beautiful mug fit for a man. Obviously, men don't like, well, not all men, some men do, but most men don't like things that are too over the top. So what I want to do with this is I want to put some of these little things. Let's grab it quickly. So these little box packaging thingies. Oopsie. Not too much. Just stick a bit in there. We're then going to put some golf balls and golf tees into there with some little snacks. We could actually put some more of this. There we are, that's perfect. I've got it everywhere though. So you can already see without me putting anything, it's starting to look very gift boxy. I think that's the words, gift boxy. So what you could also do is those little mini alcohols. You could put that in if you wanted to, if it's for somebody who is quite a drinker, likes to drink. Okay, next we are, oopsie. Oops, oh goodness. Okay, so next we're going to be doing our milk and cookies one, and for this one you could put a milk and cookies what do you call it, recipe, or you could put a ready-made cookies into it. Did I say a milk and cookies recipe? I meant a cookies recipe. So you could put a recipe into it. You could put the dry ingredients, or you could put ready-made ones that you can add the royal icing, or you could just add a whole bunch of different cookies in here so that all they have to do is pour their milk and enjoy. So obviously you would have to think about the person you're giving it to and what is it that they enjoy. I think that's important, is making it personalized. So I did cut this way too deep. Okay, that took a little bit of effort. I think I cut this on premium outdoor vinyl setting, which is obviously not ideal. So we want a small scraper for this. And there we have our cookies and milk one, and that is going to be for our recipe or our ready-made ones, or the ones that can be decorated. Any of them will do. Okay, next up we have our Camp Life one. I'm super excited for this one. So for this one, my idea is s'mores, because no camping trip is complete without s'mores. So this is really fun for a sort of family thing. If your whole family is going camping, sorry, let me just cut this. If your whole family is going camping, you just make these. Everybody gets their own one. You can obviously choose any design you want. And inside of it, you have the ingredients to make s'mores. So each person has their s'mores kit, and they have a really cool drinking cup for their camping trip. So let us, oopsie, let's oops. So now this one's going to require a little bit of lining up. Okay. And there we have our Camp Life one. This one's a little bit skew. Oh my goodness, I did go skew with it. But we can fix that. But how cool is that? So this filled with a whole bunch of s'mores products, ingredients rather, and also snacks, just general snacks could be good. You could even do your hot chocolate in that one if you wanted to. I think the possibilities are endless. So we're going to end off with our hot chocolate one. So what I would do with this one is I would either have a bunch of sachets for the hot chocolate, or I would have the ingredients actually just in there with some marshmallows on top and maybe a candy cane sticking over. So remember, if you have the dry ingredients directly in the mug, you're going to have to protect them when you wrap it. So you're not just going to be able to do cellophane wrapped around the mug, or what do you call it, plastic wrapped around the mug. You would have to actually do like cling wrap on top or something to that effect. that is cool. I love that. That is so Christmassy. So we have hot cocoa and Merry Christmas wishes. We have camping life, which is a little bit skew, but we will fix that. We have the most wonderful time of the year, cookies and milk. And we have world's best golfer. And we've lost an R. It's, oh my goodness, it's the world's best golfy. We're going to have to find that R. So I think the possibilities are endless with this. I would love to see what you come up with. Look how cool that is. I love it. I love it. I may not even gift it. I may just keep it and drink my own hot cocoa out of it. I think I may. So I would love to see what you come up with. Do you have any other ideas? I think, yeah, like I said, the possibilities are endless, and I think we will all have different interpretations of it. And I would love to see what you come up with. Like I mentioned previously, please do join the Craft Buddies Facebook page. I will share all of the final products on there once I've fixed my little Camp Life one, and obviously once I've filled them up, sealed them. So the general idea is that I'm going to wrap it in cellophane, put a little ribbon around it, and then I'm going to gift it to whoever I'm going to gift it to. So I hope that this video helped you to feel inspired to get out there and use these mugs in a way that maybe you didn't think of using them before. And again, I'd love to see what you make with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned something.